Hey Rishi, thank you so much for taking out your time and agreeing to do this. Just for the broader audience, if you could introduce yourself, the background that you come with, and your aspirations for the future.
Yeah. Firstly, thank you so much for inviting me. I think I've been associated with WebEngage for 1.5 years, the first CRM tool that I've been using. So really great to be here and talk to you on this. Talking about me, so I'm an engineer turned marketer. Like most of the people who come into growth marketing, I have landed up here. I didn't figure it out, or maybe I didn't think of it when I was in college. I have pursued mechanical engineering from Mumbai and did an internship for 6 months where I was working in a very fast-paced startup environment. I did a lot of things there, a lot of projects over, a lot of growth hacks is what I learned over there. Then went to a startup called Creature.fun. It was an edtech company. That's where I learned. That's where I got to know about processes, SOPs, systems. I got my hands-on experience on a lot of things, ran campaigns, figured out a lot of things, figured out my role into this because I was doing a lot of things there, right? Then figured out what I want to do. Then yeah, growth marketing came into it. That's how I landed up here. And after that, there's a different company which I'm working right now. Yeah, I belong from Mumbai. That is where I've been there, and my college has also been there. Uh, yeah, like to travel a lot. That's the reason I've been going to cities and cities. So after my college, I went to Delhi, stayed there for 4 months. Then been in Bangalore, then been in Bombay and a lot of other places also. So yeah, that is about
Nice. So, what excites you about retention marketing?
our retention marketing. Okay, so firstly, it was a very new term. Honestly, growth was a new term for me, so I was very curious about it. Right, specifically to retention. While I was working in Crejo, it was an edtech company. And edtech had a very high CAC, right? At that time, and currently also, I think it is a very high CAC. Right? The only way to become profitable was retaining users, right? That's when acquiring users. Let's say we are spending 10,000 and the ticket size is 8,000. When the customer is purchasing again for the second level, that's when we were turning profitable. So was thinking a lot in that company, how can we make the customer purchase again and again, and how can we become profitable, right? Because it was not a very hierarchy set company. We were working directly on the uh, with the founders and thinking a lot of strategic things, right? So that's where I thought about retention a lot, and that's what that made me curious about retention and those things. Yeah.
So, you've got a lot of twists and turns in your career, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you could go back in time and tell your younger self one thing that you learned very late in your career, what would that be?
Uh, so I think there's nothing that I would like to change because, as I said, I figured out this role and landed up into this, and I'm very happy to be here. Right. To be honest, while I was in college, I tried multiple things, and that's how I figured out things. Right. I've always been my life has been an experiment so far, and I think I like this role because you have to experiment and figure out things. Right. Experiment with channels. If email is not working, try WhatsApp. WhatsApp is not working, try SMS. SMS might work. SMS me, you try different kinds of copies and template it. So life has been an experiment, and that's the reason I like my role also, which is an experiment. Don't want to change anything. To
You
be
wouldn't
honest,
want to change
no,
anything.
yeah.
So, which brings me to the flip side of this question.
Mm.
You've seen this process evolve over years. Is there anything you want to change for your future self?
For future self, okay. You're talking about my personal goals or
Personal
in general
level,
for the, this thing?
your personal goals in general for the industry, the company that you're
Mm.
working for.
So I started as a journalist. Right, I was doing multiple things, then figured out, and that too in different departments like operations, marketing, and different things. Right. Then I came into one specific department called growth or marketing, if you can say that. Currently, I am on a specific thing, working on a specific thing, which is CRM or engagement, if I can say that. Definitely for me, I see myself doing multiple things because I would like to have control over the conversion end to end, from acquisition to the retention and everything, and then referral as well for acquisition, right? So, so I would like to have control on most of the digital side of the marketing. Yeah, that's when I see.
So, from a generalist, you turn into a specialist, and going forward, you want to go back into that
Yeah,
generalist
I
role.
want to go into, but on a better position because when I was a generalist, I was early. I was a kind of a fresher, and there was no position for it. Like it was an early stage startup, right? So it was a very
Yeah.
small team,
Yeah.
a very small growth team as well. But having a bigger team, and specialist working on special things, and you being a generalist observing those things and contributing over there would be like a
Fair enough. Fair
good,
enough. Makes sense. Makes sense. So that brings me to the next set of this talk, which is never have I ever. I'm going to give you this tag, and I will ask you a couple of questions.
Okay.
You'll have to answer if you've done it or not done it. Justification of that answer, I leave that to you. If you want to pass it, you can very well pass it.
Yeah, sure.
Right. So, first question: never have I ever created a failed campaign and then blamed it on others.
Okay. Since I've left my last company, I can say.
You have. Right. Do you want to highlight anything in specific?
So so there were few campaigns like this. I don't remember exact specific thing, to be honest, but we did plan a specific content for a specific cohort, but we sent it to a different cohort, different set of users, which were not even related to that thing. So yeah, that happened.
That happened. Super. Never have I ever sent a campaign with a failed personalization tag. You know those F names and bracket.
I have.
You have.
So I have messed up a lot with genders.
Okay.
He, she, and those things. Yeah.
Okay. And did it ever backfire?
No, it not. So I think, and even if it had, customer support team handled. So I don't know.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Never have I ever tweaked my reports to save my ass.
Tweak my reports to save my ass. Okay. Currently, I am in that culture where reports and a lot of things are being made and taken seriously. I think previously, quite an early stage company, we were not sending a lot of campaigns, so not reports or something. So I have never, to be honest. But yeah,
that's super.
Not much of a reporting culture was there.
Super. Never have I ever sprayed a campaign just to achieve my month-end numbers.
Okay. I have. Because you have to achieve your numbers, right?
Pretty much,
So,
pretty much. So we're all guilty of it. We've all done it at some point in time. And the last one, never have I ever picked a bone with my manager because he asked me to run a campaign which was pretty much stupid in nature, did not make sense.
I have never.
You've never?
Because we've all working with the co-founder directly in my previous company. So it was always a discussion and then it went ahead. So I have never done this.
You've never done that. With that, I'd like to close this talk with one final question. It's been a year since you got the 30 under 30 award. How have things changed for you?
So to be honest, I'm not sure. I haven't done this and I don't take this very seriously also, but had been the youngest when I received the award, right? So probably right now also I might be in the first cohort, right? Really great, and I really fortunate to receive that. Firstly, really fortunate to be with that people where with the cohort or the community, if you can say that, because a lot of learning, a lot of validation that I've got, a lot of motivation that I've got, because the award was a motivation for me to work more harder and achieve and do a lot of things, right? It was not just an award for me, it was motivation, and that at that particular time I needed that motivation, right? So motivation wise and personally it helped me a lot. In other ways, I think I received a lot of you receive a lot of inbound things, right? For jobs, for people who want to work with you, connect with you, talk about how was it, how did you get it, because surprisingly it got, right? So yeah, I think a lot of inbound, a lot of good connections that I've got, and it is a very good icebreaker also to talk with people. So the only thing is, which I would say probably I might be doing it in coming time, but I would like to use it more for my personal branding, which I haven't been able to do it. So yeah, but really, really fortunate to receive it.
But I'm really glad, at such a young age, getting such a great award and not letting it get to your head. That happens really with a lot of marketers, right? The moment they start receiving awards, it gets to their head, and there's a sea change in terms of their attitude and the way they work. And I don't see any of that with you. So really commend you on that. Congratulations. With that, Rishi, thank you so much for taking out your time and agreeing to do this. I look forward to connecting with you in the future with a 40 under 40, a 50 under 50 and all such awards, right? I look forward to connecting with you, and all the best for your future.
Thank you so much.